But that's not the full picture, Eddie says. In fact, she says the reaction to her candidacy has been overwhelmingly positive. The reaction is 98% brilliant, Eddie tells PinkNews. In Sheffield, she's been welcomed, across the board, by residents as a new Labour candidate. Eddie Izzard joined Olympian Tom Daley during the running leg of his endurance challenge in February 2022. In terms of how far her ambitions go, Eddie says she would love to help out as a minister in government one day, but she's less sure on the idea of being prime minister. I'm ready to go, the Labour Party is ready to go, and I'd like to get into Parliament soon, she says. She doesn't want her campaign, or herself, to be defined by her gender. But politics across the board is currently consumed with debating trans lives. The latest Tory Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, looks set to roll back protections for trans people, while the new Equalities Minister, Kemi Badenoch, has a long history of trans hostility. I'm very worried about LGBTQ+ rights, Eddie says. I think they, the Tories, are trying to stoke up fires, trying to create fights where there are no fights. The Tory government is just about themselves. She reflects on her own wider world vision, which is one where everyone has a fair chance in life. I think the Labour Party are in agreement with that, and that's what we're pushing for. This government is not. Liz Truss got in and she tried to do tax breaks for the rich. Why do we take this hit and their shareholders are doing amazingly well from this windfall? Eddie adds, the trickle-down theory of economics, why is it called the trickle-down theory? That's what they want people to be living off. Always the Tory government is just about themselves. Eddie Izzard doesn't have the answers on a heated trans discussion. It's not just the Tories that are facing scrutiny. Labour leader Keir Starmer has recently been criticized for made in a Mumsnet interview about trans youth, consent, and trans participation in sport. Eddie Izzard supports Starmer, as she's supported all Labour leaders, she says. She doesn't want to wade in and start coming up with sound bites about who took this position and that position, acknowledging, I think these questions are very difficult for our time. Eddie Izzard has had strong ties to Sheffield since the 80s when she studied at the university. Getty, she recalls a recent conversation she had with a gay rights activist in the United States. He said to me, I think a lot of the discussion and arguments and noise that's happening about trans issues at the moment is kind of like the discussions and the heated debates that were happening around gay and lesbian communities 20 years ago. And we probably have to go through this phase. W.H. She continued, now, when I came out in '85 there was no discussion, I wasn't even considered a person. I was like a non-person or a toxic person, definitely not a person who's part of society. So even though these discussions are quite heated, it's better than nothing at all. And we will get through it. So I'm not going to take positions on this and that, I don't have all the answers, I just know that I exist, I've been honest. I knew when I was 5, I came out when I was 23. 37 years, if anyone's got a problem, I gave everyone 37 years notice. I don't know what they want, 38 years notice? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.